As we go through life, we will encounter difficult people from time to time. But whether or not someone is difficult isn't set in stone. Somebody might seem difficult to you, but not to someone else. Sure, there may be objectively difficult people out there, but oftentimes it's just when people clash in their core beliefs, when one or both of them are perceived as difficult. A teacher who believes children are too sheltered and pampered would seem difficult to the parent who wants to do everything for them, for example. And when you're around someone who is ideologically opposite from you, be alert to the potential conflicts which will surely arise. Circumstances, too, can put people in difficult situations where they're forced into competition with each other, when otherwise they wouldn't be. Siblings who are forced to share everything, workers gunning for the same promotion, shoppers shopping for the same limited quantity item, you get the idea. Now, being especially competitive will give you the advantage over the others, but going around outdoing others is really unsustainable. This way, only some people can succeed while the majority of people will fail. The best thing you can do is to come from a place of abundance where you can reduce the strain on people and can help them out rather than compete with them. Through personal development and good decision making, we'll be in less situations where other people seem difficult to us, but not all of us are there yet, so I'm going to give you guys some really good tips to help you deal with these difficult people. And my first tip is to explicitly state to them what is making your interactions difficult. So this way, you can take the blame off of the difficult person and help them realize that you're not a troublemaker, but rather that the situation is what's tough. So you're taking their attention off of you and getting them to see the big picture. So maybe you and someone else are in a classroom and there's only one computer, but you both need to use it. Just be like, look, there's only one computer and two of us, so let's work on a plan to divvy up the time. My next tip is to be direct. Call them out when they're rude or counterproductive. If something bothers you, don't hold it in. If you hold it in, then you're just going to delay the inevitable fight. So let's say there's somebody at your work who you have a difficult time dealing with. If you've tried to work with them and they continue to seem unreasonable, just get them alone and say, hey, I've been trying to make things work with you, but I feel like we aren't helping each other out. And in order to do my job, I need X and Y. Is there anything you need me to do so that we can work better together? Sometimes they might not even realize that they're being difficult, and bringing that to their attention can make a difference. Now, if they're insistent on being difficult and they don't acknowledge or admit it, this is a different story. At such a point, they must be dealt with in a tactical, necessity-based manner. And as with any obstacle, don't spend more energy than needed. Don't speak poorly about them out of frustration, and don't turn others against them, because this and similar activities will actually aggravate the issue, although it seems to be the default option for many people. Furthermore, you're revealing yourself to the rest of the world to be immature in stooping to such a level. So when you're venting about someone to somebody else, it might seem like they sympathize with you, but they're also judging you too, If you must go over their heads due to them being incessantly unreasonable, just explain the specific issue about them making the situation difficult. Propose a specific solution or ask for suggestions, but don't just complain, and definitely don't exaggerate. You want to be as upfront and accurate as possible. So nobody really likes a tattletale, so this isn't the tone you need to take. You're not trying to get them in trouble. What you're trying to do is find a resolution. My next tip is to be quick to forgive as soon as they correct their action, because people tend to hold grudges, and this continues the difficult cycle. If you come across a lot of difficult people, then you need to come to terms with the very real fact that chances are it's you who's difficult and not all them. The people I hear complaining the most about difficult people tend to come across as difficult to me. If you are uncompromising, then you'll get into more conflict. Look within yourself to see if you could do more to make life easier for those around you. Try to let things slide, try to give people room to grow, and give them second and third chances to the extent that you can afford it. Difficult people are like good teachers. They challenge you and prompt you to improve your methods. If everybody's just agreeable all the time, they won't call you out and you won't improve so frequently. So if you become so helpful, so easy to work with, and so talented that even the most difficult people don't mind working with you, then clearly you've gotten somewhere. This is a talent and this is something you can improve at. So use difficult people as an indicator of where you may be weak as a teammate, a friend, coworker, family member, or just another human being. Thank you very much for watching.